you all for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. I'm gonna move y'all over just a tad bit. Just a tad bit. Just a little bit. We're gonna move y'all over just a tad bit. Y'all are on this weird tripod, so you know we gotta try to work it out, figure it out a little bit. And there is that. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Do I have? Hi, Mary. I think I do. Hi, Mary. Hello, hello, hello. Wealthiest rising, richest rising. Everyone, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We got today's messages. Read between the lines. First thing we're going to do is start off with Surah Al-Fatiha. Please and thank you. How's everybody doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. And welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all a little bit into much of my business over here. I'm trying to figure out why y'all so close. It's a little hot in here, but we're trying to just leave Cleve out of here. I think I want to bring you down. Everything's important. Read between the lines. Y'all heard what I said. Somebody could potentially want to bring you down. Bring you down, bring you down, bring you down. Anyway, in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, most merciful, all praises for Allah, Lord of all worlds, the most compassionate, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us along the straight path, the back path of those you have blessed, not those you're displeased with or those who are astray. Next thing we're going to do is Psalms 91. Please and thank you. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here. Tap that screen, please. Don't forget to hit the like and the follow button, please, and thank you. Subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all. So we're going to go to Psalms 91. Psalms 91 says, whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Oh, that's what I was missing. One of y'all platforms was missing, and I was wondering who, and I just figured it out. Anyway, back to Psalms 91. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely he will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and report. You will not fear the terror of the night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent, for he will command his angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands, so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him with long life. I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. Amen. Alright, so I said one of y'all platforms is missing. Let's go ahead and pop y'all up. How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Our messages, read between the lines, please and thank you, because you got to start paying attention to what's being done, also along with the things that are being said, okay? So if you're not good at that, this may be a test for you. Alright, so we're going to set y'all right here, although y'all going to be a little bit too close to me, but you know, we're going to let it happen right here, right now. So if you're on all my platforms, thank you for being here. If you're not on all my platforms, why not? Why? Go live, go live, go live, go live. Go, 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 go. Alright, come on. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. All right, I don't know why that's not responding, but either way, we're just gonna go with that. We're gonna go with our best move. All right. So y'all are here now. So everybody's present. Everybody's here. Everybody's here and present. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. All right. So let's go over here. I was having a little bit of a I don't know. It's a back and forth. People don't understand English, or they don't comprehend English very well. I'm gonna just start by saying this. I posted some stuff last night, and I mean, it's on the way going up, right? It's got a lot of people commenting, but a lot of people are commenting. It's like they're not hearing what I said, right? I'm talking about we gotta protect the children. The children are innocent. And everything, and this could be anything in the world, right? The children are innocent. The children don't have nothing to do with what the grown people are doing. Mind you, the grown people keep bringing the children into the situation. There's so many happenings that are happening right now. We got the people up at the top that are, touching on the kids and this, that, and the third. We got the people that's in the, middle or in the spotlight, entertainment purposes only, that are actively out here, talking about people, kids, and this, that, and the third. So what I said was this, and this is all I said. I'm not taking sides for anybody. The children are what's important. That's it. That's all. The children should not be brought into adult places. I don't care where you are, who you are, or what you're talking about. That's all I said. Everybody needs to be held accountable for their behavior. Right is right, wrong is wrong. But the comprehension level of a lot of people that are running around here in the world. Hey, beautiful, love you. Thank you for being here, Erin. How was your night? How was your day? The comprehension level of a lot of people is, like this, of a peanut. And so everybody wants to talk about what this person did and why this person should be, da 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 da. I don't care about what y'all talking about. What I said was the children should be protected at all costs. Stop thinking that just because somebody did this, and this, that is the responsibility. Like, people will automatically pull stuff out of thin air, assuming that they know somebody's medical history, assuming that they know somebody's life, assuming, and y'all know what assuming does. It makes an ass out of you. But there's a lot of asses running around on the internet because apparently the comprehension level, like I said, is like this. I said what I said. I'm going to continue to keep circling y'all back because I see y'all keep coming and y'all keep talking about stuff that I ain't talking about. But I keep circling y'all back to the point in what I said. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Learn to focus on the issue at hand, which is how y'all keep putting these innocent children in the midst of grown people stuff, how the children are not being protected in grown people stuff, how people will say they're a protector of women and children, but mind you, fuck the women at this moment in time because we ain't talking about them either. Like, y'all not gonna pull me into y'all, whatever argument you got on this person or with this person, because I don't care. I said what I said. I'm going to stand on what I said, and that's going to be the end of that. So every time y'all do it, I'm going to circle y'all back, but I'm going to start talking about the comprehension level of some of y'all adults, or, I don't know if y'all adults or not, because y'all are on the internet. But don't seem like a lot of y'all are, like, fully functioning. Meanwhile, y'all want to get on the internet and y'all start talking about other people's, mental this, that, and the third, da, 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 da. But y'all can't even hold a basic conversation on what I said. So, it feel like to me like everybody's running around here a little bit mentally challenged. And that's what I'm going to say. Because if you can't focus on the task at hand, like, I don't know what to tell you. But my conversation is always going to be protect the kids. Grown people, adult activities ain't got nothing to do with them. If I'm a consenting adult on what I'm doing, hold me accountable on, me. But if I bring somebody else into it, one of the little people, if I bring one of the children into it, Tommy's sick another day. I hope he gets better, Aaron. Mind you, look, they don't realize I'm fighting, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't even know. You know what I mean? It's just a lot of stuff that's happening, and everybody keeps talking about somebody's record, somebody's behavior, somebody's something, like not focusing on y'all don't realize y'all don't know nothing about nobody. Like little clips that y'all see on the internet or little segments like this, y'all make a whole analysis about somebody's life and like, oh, this person was doing this, that, and the third. Like you might have seen a clip here or there, this, that, and the third, but that don't mean that my whole life has been that. I may have made some poor choices at one given time. It don't make it that point in time though. So it be a lot of people talking. Meanwhile, this is the part that I don't get either. People be giving grace, right? That people will give the man grace, especially when it comes to the kids. People will give men grace, like, oh, they always talking about what the mom did, what the mom does, what the mom does. Some of these moms around here so worn out because all they do is focus on their kids. Nobody's talking about the dad. Where is the father at in a lot of these places? Wealthiest Rising, Majestic Grace. I love you. Thank you for being here. Why I feel like I didn't see you yesterday? I know I thought I did, right? But why I feel like, because I thought about it. Like I didn't see Majestic Grace today. But I know you came in, didn't you? But a lot of people give the dad grace. They don't say nothing about the father, absentee father. A dad can bring 20,000 kids into this world and everybody's only going to focus on what the mom did. It takes two people to bring a child into this world. Y'all people do know that, right? I would handle business. I missed y'all. Okay, because for some reason I was thinking like, did I see her? But mind you, I thought about it later. So that's the other part. You was on my mind because I literally thought about, I don't think I seen you. But then I didn't know if, I was just on a tangent yesterday or not. Because sometimes I be like today. But it's important because of the fact that people fail to realize dads are important too. In case y'all don't know, dads are important too. Dads are important to a healthy, upbringing of children and this, that, and the third. And like, what they put into the system. And me and Aaron last night, like she came up with the whole entire, like, y'all be forgetting like stress and things of that nature. We don't know what stress causes. Stress causes death. We don't know the extent of what stress causes. Let me say it like that. Stress causes death. Stress causes mental, breakdowns, whatever the list goes on and on and on. But what about the things that are untapped? Like if I'm arguing with you all day long and I'm pregnant, what do y'all think that does to the unborn children around here? Nobody ever says nothing about that. They look at the fact that this is happening. The mom is out here doing whatever she's doing. Well, if the dad is out here cussing me out and I'm just trying, get my mental straight, why are y'all blaming me for being a victim? Like, I get it. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but this person shouldn't be doing that either. Two wrongs don't make a right. I get it. The mom got to be strong enough, but do y'all know how hormones, like, change when you're going through a pregnancy or bringing something in? And just so y'all know, this is spiritual. So I'm having a conversation about this, but also I said read between the lines because y'all fail to realize everything is spiritual. Now, based off of, I'm talking about children, this is birth. This is bringing things into the world, right? So if I'm talking about a baby, I'm trying to give birth to a physical, another human being. And I got this person stressing me out. Now just imagine if I'm trying to give birth to an idea. I'm trying to give birth to a nation. I'm trying to bring birth into, the reality of change the situation. And all I'm hearing is chaos and confusion and nitpicking and it's this and it's that. And y'all supposed to be grown adult people, able to rationalize, able to comprehend, able to be emotionally responsible. And for some reason, I'm seeing it in real life and living color that y'all don't got it. Because every comment, there was a lot of comments where a person said facts, they agree, this, that, and the third. But it's too many comments of some big grown people condoning, oh, well, this person did this. I don't care. Everybody's wrong. Hold everybody accountable. Eye for an eye. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Then I start saying, God, please get them. Because I believe in that, but definitely I say, God, get them, because I know God can get you better than I can. I'm not going to retaliate against you. I'm just going to say, God, please get them. And then it's a lot of y'all running around here wondering why is this actively happening in my life? Because you an internet thug. You don't correlate this to this. You don't correlate your cause. You be forgetting that you be out here talking wrong and talking ill on people. Y'all be forgetting that. Y'all be forgetting that, oh, I did that little shady. I was plotting and planning on da-da-da-da-da. And then you be wondering why. That's why I said, y'all, and I told y'all before when I said, oh, we're manifesting, and God, I want what's mine, this, that, and the third. When you say some stuff like that, you better be ready for everything that comes, because guess what? This life, that life, past, present, and future, if it's mine, I want it. That also means karma. Anything that you have done before, previously, this, that, and the third, da-da-da-da-da. I'm telling y'all, the message says read between the lines. So I'm giving y'all a lot of things, but read between the lines. Because again, if I'm giving birth and you stressing me out, what is that doing to my child? Dad don't get accountability if my child, something happens to my child. Dad don't get accountability if he's doing all the wrong things, and I could be over here taking the best care of my belly as I can and being the best clean vessel for my child. But meanwhile, the daddy out, being messy as they can. Y'all not looking at that. All y'all want to keep saying is, this person did da-da-da-da-da. Like, shut up. It says, Majestic Grace says, wealthiest rising, everyone. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? Oh, everybody's here. Well, everybody that is here, needs to be here, is here. Majestic Grace, Aaron, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here and participating and hitting that like and subscribe button for me and tapping and all that good stuff. I can't stress how much I appreciate y'all, because y'all keep everything kind of like, behind the scenes moving and letting the people know that I'm here. So I know y'all be listening and talking and monitoring and everything else, but also actively making sure that, I get credit for being here. So I appreciate y'all more than I can tell y'all. I had the weirdest dream last night. I may tell y'all, but it was just strange. Mind you, somehow I recollected it again later on after I woke up, because normally when I be having dreams, I don't remember this stuff. Anyway, I'm going to tell y'all, I can tell y'all the gist of the dream, right? So there's a person who shall remain nameless, right? But I recognized the person in the dream, which was crazy. Like they were stalking me. Mind you, this person got a whole nother person. The person was with the person, and I was going with a girl. I don't know who the girl was. I just know it was a female, a friend, because we were, doing friend stuff. And I was meeting my friend at, it seemed like a movie theater or something, but either way, then we ended up at a restaurant. But I was doing a song. So somehow we was studio bound, but all of this stuff was happening in the process. The man is walking up with their wife, okay? Or contract agreement or whatever the hell, I don't know. Anyway, it looked like they having a good time, but they're playing like they're having a good time because they're laughing and this, that, and the third. But every time I turn around, his eyes is on me. So when he walked up, he made a look like, I'm going to just say I felt like the vibe was, yeah, I'm here and yeah, I'm watching. So, but I didn't make no note of it because, the girl smiling, they on a little whatever it was, right? Anyway, So I go to get in the line with a person, but you know how you can feel like somebody burning a hole through the back of your head, but the girl ain't noticing that this dude is doing what he's doing, because every time I turn around, like, I can feel somebody watching me, right? Anyway, so we go into the place, we're doing what we're doing. I started to feel nervous because, like, why are you doing that? And why can the girl not see that you're doing that? Like, whatever that is. So then it's like we're at somewhere where it's like a curtain closes or something, and we end up behind the curtain. Don't know what that signified. Only the fact that I ended up behind the curtain with them. Nothing was transpiring other than the fact that they were still standing behind me. Okay, so then, and Aaron, me saying that right now sounds like what you said last night when Seven said watch your back. So it's given that. Anyway, so we go, me and the girl, I'm meeting up with the girl, we going to do whatever it is that we're doing. We go eat. They end up at the restaurant, the same restaurant where I'm at. And mind you, this ain't regular people. They're regular people, but it's not regular people. You see what I'm saying? So why are you following me? But for some reason, I feel like it was also given to the girl, like, thinking that I was knowing ahead of time. Like, she would have thought that I was following them, except for the fact that I was always there first. But it's like somebody not being able to comprehend, like, yo nigga is doing this. So, but the girls, for some reason, or the people, but this particular young lady, kind of made it seem like it was my fault, but not realizing that your nigga is doing this. Like, he's acting like he's here with you, but technically, whatever he's doing is all about trying to know what I'm doing. Anyway, so dinner happened. They're there again. To me, I started to feel irritated because I'm like, why are you following me? It's almost like you're trying to rub whatever that is in my face. So you see how I'm having my own train of thought, and this girl is having her own train of thought, and meanwhile this man is, having whatever chaos he got going on in his mind, because he's actively doing something, trying to do something in my area, but also having to control whatever's happening in this area. So it's a whole lot of, like, manipulation is happening, maybe in his brain, I don't know. But I was more confused than anything, because I'm like, why are you here? Like, why are you in my dream also on top of that? So that was another thing, because I realized I was dreaming at the time that I was dreaming, but then I forgot about the dream until I was standing somewhere else in the house, and then it made me remember that this person was in your dream. Anyway, long story short, so now I get to wherever the creative part of this situation is, because now I'm about to go work with this female, and I keep saying this thing, like, I'm trying to find my voice, right? So when I was younger, for anybody that knows, I used to love to sing. And I loved Natalie Cole. Not to say that, I can do it good, bad, ugly, or whatever, but I can carry a little tune here and there, right? So, but I would stand in front of people. You know how your mom and dad be like, oh, well, come sing in front of da-da-da-da-da. They did that, right? So I would be singing Natalie Cole, and I can't remember the song. Every time I go look for the song, I can't find this song anyway, right? So I'm trying to find my voice, right? Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. Maybe I need to go to a vocal coach or somewhere like that. But it's not only my voice. It is also my tone and my tune. Because for some reason, I feel like I would like I'm a hip-hop, R&B, all around the way. I love all music, so I can listen to anything. Mostly what catches me is the beat and the frequency, right? But I'm also more like Celtic, like, I don't know, Irish something. Like, I want to do something strange, right? And so until I figure out what that is, because it's like also sound bowls, it's also like nature, and so I have to find my voice. So in my dream, it is me finding my voice, but actively in real life, even me sitting here talking to y'all, it is me having to find my voice. So again, the message says read between the lines. Okay, so let's not forget what we talking about. All right. So anyway, I'm having to find my voice. I haven't found it. So, and right here, right now, me talking to y'all, I'm actively letting y'all know that I'm a musician, right? But not really a musician because I haven't found the thing that I'm aiming for yet. So I go and I'm working with this girl because, they're open to allow me to play around with some stuff until we figure out, what it is that I'm going to put out into the world. Because I'm going to put this out into the world. Mind you, that also means that I am, when I'm my frequency, I'm searching for my tribe. You find that via your voice, right? And I've also noticed that there's some stuff that's actively changing in my voice, right? Because I keep having this little, I don't know, I keep doing this, right? Anyway, long story short, it may be a situation where, because when, Earth School, we read between the lines, somebody's trying to silence you. But then there's a thing where I don't want you to shine. Like, I'm already on glow mode, but you know how the sun is just big and it just is like warm, and everybody, when the sun is doing whatever it's doing, you can see it. When the moon is doing whatever it is, you can see it. When the stars are shining super duper bright, you can see it. People make note of it, and then like it'll catch somebody, right? So it's kind of almost like that, like the feeling that I have. It is like when it goes on glow mode. So I say that about, my energy sometimes, and I feel like just recently my energy done exploded again. So now it's then been sent out into the ethers, and I got people that I don't know that are coming. She said, "Yep, lost my voice in that glitch. I miss singing. Most of all, it makes me cry." Well, that's the thing. I'm finding the voice. So you're finding it even through. So your word that you use, remember, the power of life and death is in the tongue. The word you used was lost. I said, I'm finding my voice. Because I never felt like it was lost. It's there. But if you think that it's lost, then it's going to be lost. So the power of life and death is in the tongue. So as of now, I'm actively finding my voice. So wherever this studio is, and now here's this man again, and this girl, and the girl is again giving me the look like, why are you here? Mind you, again, I'm here first. So it's almost like, and again, read between the lines. So if the man is not actively trailing me, because I feel like the man is actively trailing me, but there's also a thing about destiny swapping happening here, right? So yes, I'm finding it because it is developing. It is redeveloping, yes. So there's also a thing about destiny swapping, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all this, and entertainment purposes only, take it how it resonates. Even in the midst of chaos, somebody still wants your life. Even in the midst of you thinking you don't have everything that you have, somebody still wants your life. You're still doing better than what somebody else thinks that they're doing, right? There are some people that I'm learning about in the world that, don't ask me how I know. It's just being put into my mind, okay? So there are some people that are in the world that search for blessings, search for abundance, they search for wealth, right? And I ain't gonna say blessings because we already know what that word means, and the intent behind the word is what it means anyway. So wealth, it is muse energy. So as a muse, I come along into everybody's life, everybody sprinkle y'all out there, and I'm talking to y'all and I empower you, right? So I create the environment for you to be creative, for you to, see your potential. You use that, and I send that energy, right? Because it's a part of my persona, right? My character on this planet, right? So There are some people that run around and they look for muse energy, or they look for sparks of light, or they look for it's the sprinkle or the sparkle, right? And if they see that sprinkle or that sparkle, then they try to pounce on it because they want to siphon the energy out of it and then leave it depleted. And so then the person or the star or the sparkle or the sun never reaches its full potential because it got pounced on by an ancient old energy that has just been running around siphoning energy in the world and creating chaos. And then it's like you get buried. So it's like the thing that's on the rise, right? Your energy is on the rise. The light has been ignited, the spark has been ignited, and you're on fire, baby. All right, but either way, now since I know you're on fire, now the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So now the enemy is on my ass. All right, but because I am who I am and I've been here, a very long time, and I'm very much aware of the energy, I said, go on and get little boy and play with your mama, because I ain't it, okay? Go somewhere else. Get somebody else to do it. I see you doing what you're doing, and I don't like it. I'm not going to let you siphon, my sparkle, my star, my, aura, my any of that, right? So anyway, long story short, they will try to use people that you know, right? So it'll be old people, because familiarity is the killer of the spark. Just so y'all know. So it is like, when you grow and when you learn and when you evolve and when you are ascending or have ascended into your highest version, because we are in our highest version, we are now actively living our lives and doing the things that we're supposed to do, and jazz hands and whatnot, and so now we are being creative, right? And so what'll happen is they'll send somebody that's old, that's saying that, okay, I've changed and we're on the same level again, and da 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 this, and they may have studied you for a little bit of time, and you accidentally or intentionally let them back in because your highest level of a person says people do change, but my highest level person of says that I ain't God. You know what I'm saying? So I already know that this may be the highest of ascension for this level, but there's more, the more you know, the more you grow, right? So the person or the old similar or somebody that's comfortable, it don't even have to be a person that that you engage with. It could be a friend. It could be somebody that was almost like a missed moment, because I also told y'all that for some reason there's this thing where it is what you call it, the ties that bond, or the degree of separation. So this person knows this person, or you was with this person at this point in time, but somehow you done circled, or you're circling your significant other or your partners or something or another. And then sooner or later, even if you meet a person abroad, you'll figure out that this person is related to this person, or something is connected to something that y'all didn't know. But if y'all start digging, sooner or later, y'all gonna start to realize that, the degree of separation ain't that far. Anyway, long story short. So now the person's there, and I'm talking to the girl, but as working with her and this, that, and the third, and then the person comes in and introduces theirself, and then I wake up. Anyway, so do with that what you will. So back to Majestic Grace, she said facts. Stress did a number on me. Yes, stress will do a number on you. Everybody has their own, story to say about, stress doing this, that, and the third. Now, how do you get to the point where you don't give a damn, or when you don't care? Excuse my French. How do you get to the point where you don't care about something? That's something that y'all have to ask yourselves. That's something that you have to, kind of deal with on your own. Because people fail to realize, like, stress will do stroke, stress will do heart attack, stress will make you ugly, stress will, whatever, right? She said that part. I'm going to tell y'all how I kind of deal with certain things, but then there's still certain things that, you know, I kind of don't. But I didn't master the art of ain't nothing I can do about it. Like, I'm telling y'all actively, I gotta go fund me. I'm trying to make sure I can save my house, but guess what? If I can't, ain't nothing I can do about it. If it don't work and I gotta decide to move here, there, everywhere, I put it in my mind that that's what God has intended. Do I want to be outside? No. Do I like being in my comfy bed in my house? I do. I love my area. Also, this is the thing. So I'm actively now thinking about where I'm going to go, right? Because I don't want to go to nobody's house. Can you be in your car? Yeah, I can be in my car. I got my trailer. I got this, then a third. Can I figure out how to now, after I don't have the house to pay for, if that's what happens, God forbid, but now I can use the little bit of money that I do be having to save up and buy me some property in a whole nother state, and I can go and live there. It's more like meditating and letting opposing thoughts pass now. Okay, she said that's how she works on it, and she said that part. Everybody's gonna deal with it the way they're gonna deal with it, but this is how I learned that if whatever happens, right? And if it happens and I save it, that's my testimony. I'm gonna come to y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, God let me do it this way. If it's not that, I'm still gonna come to y'all and I'm still gonna say to y'all, this is what's happening, and my next journey is, you know, me figuring out where I'm gonna be, how I'm gonna do it, this, that, and the third, right? She said, because I don't want the energy around me affecting my creations, and period. Because this is the thing, I'm trying to birth something, and if I'm trying to birth something and I'm in the middle of, remember I told you that sweet spot, I'm right in the middle of that book, and this chapter has closed. I'm in the process of opening up a new book and starting to write another chapter. Now, what I do know and what I can say and what I have actively told God is, whatever happens on this next chapter, I'm never going to do whatever I did on that or on this new book, like, because none of that matters. And I feel like at this moment in time, no matter what happens, I'm also the best that I've ever been. The best that I've ever been. So I can take everything that I have learned at this moment in time, and I can create something so awesome, so amazing, so, you know, big that nothing else is going to matter. And maybe that might be the thing that God uses to, you know, get me to start creating that. So I don't know how it's going to work. All I know is if God allows me to be able to save it, then I'm still going to create something big, but now I can kind of let down my guard on that and now figure out that this is the location, this is what I'm supposed to do. It's definitely going to be here for, you know, whatever, and I can still go different places and locations, but I know that, you know, this is going to be a part of my new book. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, long story short, if I do what you can do, and I know that's hard because when you, oh, I need money for my electric bill, this, then, a third. I be needing money for my electric bill. And somehow or another, because today I got an electric bill due, right? $243. I should have already had the money. But then somebody else's, whatever they got going on will affect whatever I got going on. And so if it get done, it get done. If it don't, I don't know what to tell you. We just going to be in here. It's super duper hot. It's just going to be hot. There's nothing I could do. There's going to be an extra amount of money that I have to pay on that. Guess what? Yeah, I know. So now this goes from $243 to now add $50 more onto something that I already ain't got. But guess what? I'm alive. I woke up this morning. I still got life. I still can figure it out. And I get it. That's hard. Am I going to get it? I know I'm going to get it. I'm going to just put that in my mind. I know I'm going to get it. But if I don't get it, then whatever happens after that was already meant to happen. You see what I'm saying? Either way, long story short, I got till 5 o'clock to figure it out. That's it. That's all. Guess what I'm doing? Still sitting here. Still doing the thing that I need to do. Still actively making sure that, you know, what I'm already scheduled to do, I do. So no matter if I'm outside, around the corner, this, that, and the third, I'm going to figure out how to make all these screens go live, no matter what happens. So, And I got family that I can go to, just so y'all know. But if I'm supposed to not be at my own house, then I'm going to figure that mean that God want me to figure it out. Go the fuck outside. Don't run to nobody, because I don't want to have to run to nobody. That's the thing. I want to be able to do it myself. And that's one of the things I put into the system that I told God. I want to be able to do it for myself. So if I run somewhere, that's not doing it for myself. People will care. You know, you don't have to do this, that, or the third, da 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 da. I get it. But guess what? If that's what the next part of the journey is, for me to get outside and actively figure it the fuck out, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't have no kids. So that's one thing where I can say, like, you know, somebody with kids having to get out is a whole nother thing. You see what I'm saying? It could be worse. I could have little babies. I'm a grown ass woman. I could throw everything in storage and be out to the world. My passport is in my purse. I could get on a plane today and say fuck everything and end up in Timbuktu and not care. I got family that's gonna worry about me. I got family that's gonna blow my phone the fuck up though and say, are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? Please bring your ass over here. Please don't do this. Please, like, I got a whole, my phone gonna ring all day long, I promise you, by people worried about, like, why didn't you say this? Why didn't you do this? Why you, I don't have to answer to nobody, and I ain't gonna answer to nobody. And then you know what they all gonna collectively get together and say? When she's ready to call, or when she do whatever she do, then she'll, you know, show up. They still gonna make sure they talk to me though, so just so y'all, you know, killers and people that want to kidnap people, just in case y'all don't know, they still gonna call and make sure they hear my voice though. So don't fuck around and think that, oh, we can snatch her off the face of the earth, because the bitch, not today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not the nothing. If I don't get a hey to somebody, they gonna start calling. So just know that too. Okay, period. Because they love me. Anyway, she said, oh my God, yes, stress carries an energy, so it's definitely affected by that baby. And also, this the other thing. Just because I decide to go where I want to go don't mean that I won't be posting, because I'm going to be still posting, because I just literally told y'all here. So that means if I don't post, they on your ass. That's the other thing. So know that, because I'm going to be posting. That also might help my social media career, because guess what? I could be posting from some different locations and showing y'all some stuff that's outside any fucking way. So who knows? And that may be the thing. I may be asking God to, you know, increase me in this way, and I'm sitting here not realizing that if in case something happens, then that might be the way, the direction. I asked. I can't tell God how to do it. But you know how quickly people tune into outside adventures? It's the weirdest, craziest thing. It's funny how yesterday I happened to see something on social media, and I laughed, right? Because this lady was cleaning up her house. And I mean, this house was horrible. Like, and I'm not joking. It looked like people just was throwing shit on the ground and dumping stuff like everywhere. And she decided that, you know, I want to change my life. So she pushed record on her cameras in her house. And I was thinking, I don't think I would have done that. But this is the thing, the funny thing that we fail to realize. God has a strange way of exposing us and also helping us at the same time. So she pushed record on her nasty house, right? And with her kids cleaning it up, this and the third. And I kid you not, that lady's post blew up. Now, it's a lot of people in there saying, can we remember shame? Can we not put everything on social media? But guess what y'all doing? Y'all is commenting, y'all are engaging. I'm sure when she was trying to be very humble about it, y'all, I need this and I need that, nobody was listening. But the minute she pushed record and she exposed herself, everybody, them comments going crazy. I can almost guarantee you she'll be monetized by tomorrow. And I'm not joking. All it took was the very thing that, you know, she was hiding and covering up for her to just expose it and show it. And y'all, then, you know, people like when they see people clean up. Ain't that the funniest thing? Like, the thing that you think would be the death of you gave you new life, gave you new hope. Her cleaning up her house in front of everybody now is giving her the income that she needs in order to take care of the life that she's been telling y'all the whole entire time that she needs to take care of. But maybe God was just waiting for her to do that one thing. So maybe that might be the thing. You here to the world, you get ready to show the world God, show the world the world. Who knows? Anyway, take it how it resonates. You can only do what you can do. Don't be stressing yourself out about nothing, okay? Mind you, just imagine if it wasn't set up the way that it's set up by the greedy, heads, the powers that be, you wouldn't be worried about where you living at because God already gave you everything that you need. We are only paying and stressing out because of things that are man-made. Sometimes you might find your major adventure. I remember one time in the house, this is how the camping started, and it hasn't been camping since then for a while, so that's the other thing. But family camping started because of the fact that a power outage happened. A power outage happened, and then I had a gang of people at my house, and we had to figure it out. It was the most fun thing that we have ever done. Like, who would have known that the power going out created more fun? We pulled out the grills. We pulled out, like, and it was in the middle. I don't know if it was like a snow something, or I think something weird. Ice or something. So we had to figure out how to cook, which I got grills and everything else out here. We started playing games with each other. We started doing just stuff that you got to do when you ain't got no power. I pulled my big truck up, and that's how we did a little bit of, like, I had a little bit of charge for this, that, and the third, but the phones and the cars and this, that, and the third. But before that, before the power went out, everybody was just everywhere doing whatever it was they was doing. When the power went out, we came together and figured out that let's do this. We got together to entertain each other, and it was fun. To the tune of, we said, let's do camping because, if we just did that, how fun would it be when the power comes back on and we got all the stuff that we can have? Like, we got the stereo, we got everything, like, pumping, popping, having a good time. We got the people, because that was all that was important, was the people. Because technically, we can dig a hole in the ground and create a fire to cook. People just are not that innovative because, you don't think about that. Camping lights and this, that, and the third. Like, I got a whole slew of stuff that ended up, being put here because of the fact that, we needed a little solar lights and this, that, and the third. Like, if y'all don't have no solar lights, get you some solar lights, because if the power ever goes out, leave the solar lights outside during the day, and then at nighttime bring them in. I love solar lights for that reason. Get you some of them little camping lenses. Like, a lot of stuff that is like solar, or do y'all know that y'all can use grease, cooking grease, for like candlelight and things of that nature? It's so many things that we don't realize, and you never know it until you actively need it, and then it becomes something that y'all thought would be a drag, but then it becomes fun. Get y'all some tallow. Tallow do everything. Tallow, you can light something up, you can cook something, you can fry, you can this, that, and the third. You can moisturize your skin. Mind you, this some old school stuff. For real. Anyway, read between the lines. You only ain't got when your mind thinks that you ain't got. Because in the midst of not having, I have everything. Is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? Take it how it resonates. How are you, an optimist or a pessimist? Do you instantly see things as, woe is me, or is it an adventure? Because I'm gonna make it an adventure. If outside is where we're gonna make it an adventure. Okay. Yeah, and the way he looking at the baby, like he inspecting the baby, I don't like his energy right now. He already said the baby is not his. He was in jail. He only been out 8 months. There's a conversation on one of the clips. He was talking to Whack, I think. He already said the baby's not his. She's out here with the, look at the ears and this, that, and the third. But guess what else we do know about him? Like, y'all fail to realize this dude is very intelligent. So, I'm going to use your baby and your storyline to make me some money because he's streaming everything. So, I don't give a damn if you saying that the baby mine or not. Bitch, I'm going to utilize you and your baby to make me billions of dollars. He just made $100,000, they just said the other day. So, who's the idiot, him or her? So, I don't know whether or not people are paying attention, but this man, he's not slow. Imagine you trying to play in my face, and meanwhile, I'm all the while playing in your face all the way to the bank. He's saying it. The other dude is also saying it. So, it don't matter. This is for entertainment purposes only, in case anybody don't know. So, as of now, every time he pushed live, and, you know, like he said, he ain't put nobody else out. That's not what he gonna do. He wait for everybody to leave. And so, whether or not anybody likes him or not, like, the man is smart. But meanwhile, it's the women that are in it also, because, again, like I said, everybody got to be held accountable. You're not gonna talk to me crazy. That's one thing that you're not gonna do. You're not gonna stress me, my body, my hair, my baby, no nothing. The minute he go with this, like, you don't have to, it should not cost you your self-respect, your dignity, it should not cost you anything for a man or for a woman to give you anything. If I gotta let you talk down to me or dirty to me in order for you to give to me, you're not giving me nothing. So just be mindful of what you're exchanging for what you're exchanging. A monetary gift or a place to stay for down talk and stress and creating something on my baby, I'd rather be outside, bitch. Point blank, period. I'd rather go to my mama house, to my daddy house, to somebody else's house that's going to treat me with some dignity and respect, and my unborn fetus is not going to suffer the consequences, because y'all are forgetting. Water is programmable. What is the human body? And matter of fact, there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about water and programming and things of that nature. I don't know which one it is, but I literally just seen it the other day. Maybe I should have wrote it down because of times like this, because I didn't even know this was going to come up. But anyway, so she went through trauma and stress, so she put her baby through trauma and stress because the baby could have reactions. Like, y'all don't realize the repercussions of certain things until it is too late. And Aaron made note last night that stress may also be the cause of, because somehow in some way people keep thinking that you got to be a bad person in order for your child to, you know, have issues. My channel, for some reason, we figured out at one point in time, kept attracting. I got a lot of women on my channel that have children that are autistic and things of that nature. And talking to them, you realize they did everything possible. Now, they can't co-sign what the dad did. They don't know what the dad was doing. So genetics, you know, play a portion on it, and this, then, the third. Aaron told y'all the other day also. So with that being said, we don't know the repercussions of, you know, genetics and what somebody else can be doing that we don't see. So there's a lot of people that will co-sign a person saying, oh, they didn't do this or this. I'm not co-signing nothing for nobody. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I can't say that you are a good person if you're not in my sight. I'm sitting in front of you, and I told y'all we looked up what nice mean, and they want you to be nice. I ain't a nice person. Go look up what the etymology of nice. And then people came along with, oh, no, it means the word change. Words don't change. The energy that they were created with, like, I know you mean fat, meaning P-H-A-T, but fat still means fat. I don't care how you put it. Slow still means slow. Mean, you know, regression. The word as it started and was stated. So if you go back and look up the etymology of the word and they say nice meant this, that, or the third, I ain't a nice person. And I don't care if you like it or not. Go talk to God about it. I don't want to be a nice person. I'm an amazing person, though. I'm a beautiful person, though. I'm a very gifted person, though. Clover, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. So go look up the etymology of a word. It's important. She said, I'd rather be kind. Period. You were kind. You were smart. Like, hello. She gave her all the right keys, didn't she? Important. Yes. I am important. I'd rather be kind. Majestic Grace, I love you and thank you for that, because that is a word. That is a testament. I'd rather be kind. But anyway, just so y'all know, stress can do a lot. Stop blaming people and start being able to comprehend, like stick to the key points. I said this. I didn't say nothing else beyond that, past that, through that. I said the kids need to be protected. That's it. That's all. Anybody that's being a predator, you should go to jail, hell, God get them. Wherever it is that they, have for you, you should definitely go there. And that's what I got to say. Message is read between the lines, y'all, just so y'all are aware, okay? Because we still working on it. Everybody, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Wealthiest, richest, rising. Please like the live. Please subscribe. Please follow. Please comment. If you talk to us, we talk back, okay? Because we are very kind people, okay? Anyway, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate you for that, all right? So back to the message, read between the lines. Lip service is a whole nother thing, right? So I done gave y'all several different scenarios. We talked about birth and babies, but babies could symbolize new things, an idea, a new direction, right? And if you're stressed out, or somebody's trying to stress you out, or the world, the chaos is stressing you out, what do y'all think that that's going to do, to your mind? Is that going to play on you somehow? Could that potentially make you make the wrong decision? Could that potentially have some type of side effect, as to the outcome of what you are trying to bring into this realm, what you're trying to bring into this particular simulation here? Because I'm going to say that if you don't figure it out on how to not allow the outside chaos or the people, like, get away from some people. I know sometimes, I love a person. Like, y'all, one of the hardest things to do, and I don't care what nobody say, when you love and you're a lover of love, when you love a person, one of the hardest things to do is to walk away from a person that you love. But you have to choose yourself. And that's a thing. That's a word in the testament all on its own. Now, I done been in a predicament where, I had to let go of some things, some people, right? Hurt me to my inside. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it was sad. It was like a part of my soul being stripped away, because I always thought that I would have this energy, these individuals around me, right? And then after I got away from them, look at me living without them, right? Look at me growing, flourishing, and everything without the energies. But this is the other thing. After I got away from the energies, the people, the situations and whatnot, I started to realize a lot of things about those energies and those situations. I started to see where at certain times they wasn't riding for me. They wasn't rooting for me. They was conspiring actively against me, but because I was so close to the situation, I couldn't see it. When people was talking in certain type of ways as if they could make me or break me, I couldn't see it, because I'm thinking that they were helping. They wasn't helping. They actively was hindering who I was also as a person. Mr. Steele, I thought about you yesterday, just so you know. And you know what my bad is? I should have called you and told you that, but I didn't. Mind you, I thought about two of y'all yesterday. Majestic Grace, I thought about you, and I thought about Mr. Steele. So, Mr. Steele, how are you? Thank you for being in here. I might have summoned you with my thoughts, but I should have texted you or called you and said, how are you? What are you up to? Like, I thought about you today. I haven't talked to you in a long time. You wasn't here. Matter of fact, the other day we thought about you too, because something happened and it made us think of you too. Majestic Grace, you remember. But anyway, I'm glad to see you. Glad to know that you're there. All is well. Yeah. Mr. Steele, I'm okay. I got my trailer working. I got it tagged. I got some stuff on it that I got to take to the place. I don't don't know. It's just been hot, Mr. Steele. That's what I can tell you. Are you back in town anyway? That's what I'd like to know. I know I just asked you a lot of questions. Answer at your liberty, please and thank you. So pay attention to the pauses, the change in the energy, the inconsistencies, the sudden distance, and even the things someone keeps emphasizing. She said, "Tell Mr. Steele I said wealthy is rising." Mr. Steele, I bet he had. I'm sorry, Majestic Grace, I didn't see that. I bet he had the best day I did. Period. She said she had the best day, and she bet you had the best day. LOL, funny that you said that. I thought of you as well. Probably because, you know what I mean, like, it happened, so that's a good thing. But I felt like and I know I'm wrong for that, because my brother, I talked to my brother, well, he texted yesterday too. So yesterday was a day of, like, I don't know, maybe it's just acknowledging the people. Aaron, I talked to you yesterday. So I don't know what that is or what that means, but the people that, you know, and then, like I said, I dreamt about another person, and it's kind of strange. But anyway, I believe in, like, when you think about people or whatever they're on your mind, maybe you should call them. And I ain't been that great at that, so Mr. Steele, my bad. Just know, charge it to my head, not my heart. But I have actively thought about you. I ain't just tossed you to the wayside, you know. Yes, I'm around. Tell Majestic that I said hello. Love you guys. Majestic, he said hello and love you guys. Mike was here. So I was talking to Mike. Mike was here yesterday. Aaron was here. Mike here every day. He might be riding or he might be at school, but he be listening, because a couple times he didn't come in, or he was around, but somebody said something, he kicked their ass out real quick. So there's that. He said he ain't playing with him. So he's around. Just know that he might just be listening, or, you know, involved at school. Abby said, Majestic Grace said, she love you too, Mr. Steele. So yeah, I love y'all, and thank y'all for, you know, being here and everything. Like, it's just a thing. And I'm excited because whether or not y'all realize it, and I hope y'all realize it, and I know y'all have realized it, things are changing. And, you know, it may not be in the fastest way, this, that, and the third. Yeah, Mike wasn't playing. Mike got him out of here swiftly. Ejected them so quick, and I started laughing because I seen what they said, but I just was continuing on trying to, you know, do what I was doing or whatever. But he had me cracking up because, but that Mike done that a couple times. He just be around here, and then as soon as somebody say something crazy, he shows up, you're out of here. Oh, Mr. Steele, let me make sure that you have your thing over here too, because I could have swore, did I? Oh yeah, you have a badge already. Let me see, because you should have a moderator badge. Oh yeah, you have a moderator. I was gonna say, because I made sure you, Aaron, Majestic Grace. Okay, all y'all got the same badges. Okay. I was gonna say, because yeah, Mike was not playing. He came in from out of nowhere, and you're out of here. Get it gone. So I was laughing at that. But, you know, anyway, this too shall pass. Just remember, anything that you're going through that you don't like, girl, Abby, he was quick on the draw, honey. He said, you go on and get. We is not going to start that. Period. He said, okay, I'm just making sure. I had to make sure, because, you know, I know that, you know, sometimes y'all might not be in here, but y'all be around. If y'all see something, you know what I'm saying, y'all just make sure that, you know. So I know y'all be having me. So notice what feels different. Read between the lines. Listen to what their actions are saying. Notice what feels different. Stop forcing clarity from people who are comfortable with being unclear. And don't ignore what you already know just because you wanted a different answer. And that's the thing. Sometimes we want different answers. She said, and do. Period. And so that's one of the things. Like, you ever wanted to be in a relationship with somebody, like you was in a relationship with somebody, and you wanted them to change. You wanted them to, you know, be better for you to want to stay. And they just didn't. I mean, been there, done that. It's a lot of things that sometimes, you know, we have to go through. Maybe we go through it so we can, you know, articulate it later to somebody else. Maybe that's just our pathway for us to be able to, our testimony or whatever. But y'all, some of this shit be embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, some things be embarrassing, like how long you stay in a relationship or something with a person. and you can hear it. Like, you can't help who you love. I get it. So even when people are talking about other people, like, oh, this person should stay, this and the third. But the funny part to me is this. Some of the people that be telling you to stay, or some of the people that be telling you to leave, be in worse situations. Like, you can't tell me that I should leave this and the third, but you in a worse situation. It's like what I say, the internet, people be on here talking, but if you could, pull the layers back on their life, pull the blanket up on their life, they be in some messed up situations, but they be on the internet talking heavy, heavy, heavy. Like, I show y'all my life. I'm on a money mission today, and hopefully I'll make it happen. Period. Amen. I approve that message. I mean, that's a thing. Me too, because I was just telling them something. But that's a thing. Some people will sit and they'll try to glamorize something or make you think that I done showed y'all my whole entire house, everything that's happening. I done told y'all about, the life, everything that went on with the marriage, everything that went on with the divorce, and this, that, and the third. I ain't gonna lie. Some of the shit's embarrassing. Some of it was embarrassing. But I love how I love. I want to be with who I want to be with. Did I have to, grow up and learn a couple of things even in the midst of being, old as fuck? Yeah. Yes, I did. Just had this conversation about an hour ago. I wouldn't let my friend beat herself up because she fell for the representative. We all have fell for the representative. Mr. Steele said, I love y'all. Catch y'all later. See you later, Mr. Steele. Hopefully one day we can get together and do lunch when, money ain't a thing. But right now I'm actively waiting on electric bill money. So there's that. Period. So just so you know, you is on my mind still. So there's that. Abby said, see you later, Mr. Steele. She said, okay, Mr. Steele. Yeah, so you stay, you linger, too long, this and the third. But also, this is the thing. This too shall pass, because I done also told y'all, like, I love my life. The same house that I'm in, I have everything. I done had, more of everything. Monetarily, money, this, that, and the third, da-da-da-da-da. I love my house. I love my surroundings. I love where I'm at, this, that, and the third. Do I wish that I can, magically pull money out of the air to be able to do it? But it's a lot of people that are being fired. It's a lot of stuff that's actively happening. Will God do it? Hopefully. God, won't he do it? Yes, he will. Always will. But we have to know that sometimes the conversation is being had so other people can, kind of make it through too. Because somebody could be wearing themselves to death right now actively about something that they can't do. Little do y'all know, like, coming from where I said even me being here, it was just a blessing for me even being here. Like, I done had stuff in life, even growing up, this, that, and the third. But I know how to take a whole bath. Period. Y'all heard that. You wash up, you keep it going. You hit the key points, the hot parts, and then, you know what I mean, you go on and get. Sometimes when you in the hustle zone, you have to do the things that you need to do. It's not about nobody looking down, this, that, and the third. You just know that next time when you get in better position, you won't allow certain things to take place, or you won't allow certain people, or you won't allow certain situations to happen ever again. And so, like I said, it was great how on one hand, I can tell y'all, like, the power went down, but I was in a good location. I was still at my house. The power went down. I had to figure out how to, make it happen, how to work, work some things out. Do y'all know that even in heating up water, y'all can take some, a pot, go set it out, create a fire with some sticks on the ground. There's ways of making it happen and make it happen. And again, you could be having a time of your life if that's how you feeling, but somebody else may, be thinking that's a horrible way to live, this, and the third. But it's on how you feel about it. People have made do with less. People have way more. Either way, wherever you are in the moment in time, enjoy it. And I'm gonna say it because of this. Sometimes we fail to realize, or we fail to see how much we actively have, even in the midst of. Because, like I said, I may be saying, whatever I'm saying about this, but I still have I still have shelter. I can still go lay in my bed. I can still, whatever. I got Wi-Fi, all of this stuff. Somebody else may not have a certain type of thing. If I end up outside or whatever, if that was the thought process, I don't have kids. Somebody's outside with their kids. We have to, deal with the hand, play the hand that we're dealt. And sometimes some people will look down on it. Some people will think that they're better than it. And then, it's all on however you perceive it. There's that. So I can't tell nobody whether or not they should leave, whether or not they should, stay, or whether or not they should be in anything. All I can say is when it was my time, one time I left, one time I stayed. Another time I just left straight from the gate. So depending upon, who the people is and what's happening, what you have with the people, this, that, and the third, that may make you stick around a little bit longer. When you have finances and this, that, and the third tied to people, you stay around, you tend to want to stick around a little bit longer. When you have nothing with a person, you can just go in and get. Because I don't have to take that. So, all I'm saying is read between the lines. Not everybody's predicament or conversation is meant to be had with somebody else, because just because they think this don't mean you have to, and just because you think this don't mean they have to. That's it. That's all. So sometimes the message isn't in what they say. The message is in what they repeatedly do. Actions speak louder than words. My timeline has been giving me the best messages. Mind you, I listen to the beginning of it and then I swipe. Because I can gather, it's a lot of eyes on, situations, this and the third. Sometimes never let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. But I'm thankful that the universe is sending me the best messages, right? Mind you, I keep resetting the timeline to make sure that, what I'm hearing is what I'm hearing, right? And then they come through with, like, some of the best messages, giving me hope, this, that, and the third. There's change. Change gonna come. Whether or not I think that it's fast enough or whether or not it will be fast enough, that's a whole nother ball game. But the issue is change gonna come, right? And so with that being said, it is stay mindful of how you talk about yourself. Stay mindful of the energy that you're putting out into the universe. Because, even like with Majestic Grace said from the beginning, I said I am finding my voice, and she said her voice was stolen. Mind you, she changed it because, like I said, we have to be mindful of the moment that we're in. The moment that we're in is creation, birthing, bringing something forward. And whatever we thinking, whatever we're holding on to, even in the midst of somebody talking, trying to stress us out, even in the midst of the world being chaotic, even in the midst of storms, even in the midst of, in Indiana, right now, they don't have water. They're going on their 7th or 8th day without water, food, electricity. So somewhere in the world, Mike, I love you. Thank you for being here. Somewhere in the world, somebody is doing worse off than you. Mind you, whether or not we're paying attention or not, I'm also seeing actively that their situation, what they're going through right now, maybe being another situation being manufactured by our, heads, our supposed leaders. So right now on U.S. soil in Indiana, we have our citizens. Some are underwater, under flood, whatever waters, but a lot of them, no electricity, no water, no food. Some areas are being considered, they call them dead zones, I think that's what they're saying, or some type of whatever they have, which is right now where people are blocking the roadways and whatnot with cars, and then they're going in, the citizens are going in and raiding and breaking into all the stores or whatever because they don't have food, this, that, and the third. Y'all, we are in the middle of a tower. We're in the middle of a tower right now. And whether or not the powers that be think that they're in control, but I know God is in control. This is another thing that I want to ask y'all, and read between the lines, that's the message. But somebody tell me this, because I keep seeing a lot of people, it's almost like common sense not being so common, right? And I said that when we started off. Why is people actively talking about bunkers and things of that nature? Like they keep saying that the people are going underground, this, that, and third, but yet everything is flooding. Now, in my mind, this is what I'm thinking. If you go underground and everything is flooding, ain't that going to be your tomb? So even the people are saying that the water's being redirected underground, this, then, the third, like the fresh water is being redirected to whatever the bunkers and stuff that they built. But this is what I'm thinking. If up here is flooding, and they may be thinking that they can save themselves by being underground, if the water is covering up everything, that means that stuff is being drifting around. The whole point is this: if they're underground and they thinking that they're going to be able to come up at some point in time, they could potentially not. They could potentially die down there because of the debris and everything else that's being down there, right? So why are people thinking that they're going into bunkers? Do y'all think that? Because in my mind, like, you not going, if somebody said, I can bring you to safety, you just have to go live in this bunker, like, I'm not going in there. I'll take my chances up here. And then this is the other thing. I would definitely take my chances up here because of the fact that, like I said, I believe God is in the midst of something. I'm not going to be hurt or touched if in fact that, unless I'm supposed to. And also, the world up here has to restart again. We cannot let them get their hands on it. So if everything is being destroyed, then the people who are up here have to know that when civilization starts again, we can't let those same goofy, greedy individuals get in charge. So to me, it would seem like everybody going underground, or the people that think that that's going to save them, might be, you know, the actual hope for humanity going forward being a good thing. Because if you go underground, the water's flooding, the dams are being released, the ocean is coming in, that means that I don't got to worry about y'all. Y'all going to be stuck where y'all going to be at. I mean, am I wrong, or do they feel like, oh, well, sooner or later the water will subside and then we'll be able to come out? But it could be anything on top of that. Like, wherever your location is, your door, for you to think that you're going to come out. And what if there is no way for you to come out because the mud is, you know, compiled on top of that, and whatever way you think you're going to come out is going to be trapped? I mean, is that not what... Because I keep seeing people saying that. Oh, well, the powers that be, they're just going to go run and hide in their bunkers. Good. I hope they stay in there and die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't come back. You know, God forgive me for that thought, but that was my thought. So God already knew I thought it. So somebody tell me what they seem to think that they're going to be able to do. If you go run and hide underground and everything gets shifted over and this, that, and the third, and the earth is collapsing like it's big pit holes, she said, or cement or debris could trap. That's what I'm saying. So in my mind, I'm not thinking that they're running there. I'm thinking that they're going somewhere else. So that's the other part. Like, people are not actively thinking. I feel like they would put you in a hole to make you think that humanity is going to go on. Nigga, I'm not going. I'm going to take my chances right where I'm at because of the fact that you're not going to set me up to think that, oh, we're going to save you in this location because we have to make sure humanity goes on. Meanwhile, I'm actively watching the world collapse in. The earth is opening up. Earthquakes are happening and people, like, stuff is falling in. And then all of this water, where is this water coming from and where is it going? So you're not going to make me think that you're going to put me in a bunker anywhere and, oh, we're going to save y'all because y'all have to be the people, da-da-da-da-da-da. Bitch, get somebody else. Because all I'm thinking is those underground places is going to be a tomb. And then that's going to be the next thing. All that stuff after everything settles and the earth, you know, gets itself back together. Because we already know the earth will adjust itself as many times possible and necessary in order to put itself back into alignment. So after the universe aligns, then it's going to be back still and everything else. And all the people who are, you know, survive is going to be the people who now are running humanity. We can't, when it starts all over again and the people start with that BS As soon as they act like they don't want to, get rid of them. That's probably going to be the hardest, decision that you ever going to make. And I don't mean, it has to be, if we're not collectively agreeing on this, then the third, as soon as they start the rebellion shit, nah, dog, this ain't how the earth gonna go all over again. We already seen how this played out. But mind you, this might be how everything keeps happening. But you're not gonna convince me to run and hide in a bunker and think that I'm gonna be safe. Do y'all not know that people are and places are flooding right now? I just told y'all a place is flooded and people ain't got no water, they ain't got no food, they ain't got nothing. They're waiting for them people to start battling against each other. They're saying that people are robbing and stealing. You can't dial 911. This is right now in real life. So explain to me how anybody sees this going. Because what they're saying and what I'm comprehending, but I already told y'all, this is why you got to think for yourself, because you'll say one thing to people and they start talking about everything else but the real thing that you just said to talk about. So what do y'all see happening from this? Somebody let me know, because I'm confused. And I don't like being confused. Aaron said, one thing I did think about after that was I was really careful. Oh, that was from last night. She was saying last night she was really careful and healthy during her child's pregnancy, but she was in an abusive relationship, and it kind of could have played on the child. You know what I'm saying? So we was talking about this last night too, just so y'all know. And today the collective is being reminded you don't need to chase an explanation for something your intuition has already recognized. It's like one of the things also where we started talking about like the shots and this and the third. They kept saying that the shots that they started giving to the people wasn't, a cause of, the kids being a certain type of way. But how come the numbers of autism and, all of these other things increased during a certain period of time? It has to be for something that y'all did. This is how we learn how, things happen. Pattern recognition says that if it wasn't happening and then you started doing this, then that could be the cause of this. But they don't want y'all to recognize that. But meanwhile, they'll say, oh, it was this, that, or the third, and all this extra stuff, and da-da-da-da-da. Mike said, welcome to the Hunger Games. Well, it's going to get worse before it gets better, just so y'all know. Because mind you, it's one of the content creators. She's on TikTok over here. She does like political stuff. Mind you, I didn't even know she lived there. She was sitting in her car the other day and she said she had her pop with her because, and mind you, she said, and you can't stay in the car too long because she went to Walmart to go get her some lights and this and the third. She said, and I can't stay in the car too long because somebody going to come around and pistol with me. So she said it's bad, bad, bad. And she got a dog, but it's a puppy. So she said the dog ain't going to bite nobody. So she has to make sure that, everything is secure. But mind you, it's people. One dude said they was without power for 7 days. This was on the 7th day. This is the 8th day or maybe the 9th day. But he said on the 7th day, he had tried not to go to the hotel. So the one girl, this is funny because the girl that I was just talking about that said she was sitting in the car, had to go to Walmart to get the pop, the lights, and make sure. She said she had got a hotel the first couple days. She ran out of money. So now she's at her house having to, get the lights and this, that, and the third. Mike said he saw her video that was that. And mind you, you know who she is. She's a content creator. She already been talking about a lot of stuff. Papa Daddy, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Why I was getting you mixed up with somebody else? That was a Ken for some reason. Anyway, I thought it was you. Because you got me my tripod, right? So I thought that you came over because somebody was talking about going to my kick, but he never went over there. That was a Ken, I think. But he never went over. He was over there talking, but I don't think he ever subscribed. But anyway, I was getting y'all mixed up. But anyway, so the girl said, how you doing, Papa Daddy? The girl said she went to the hotel early, but then she ended up home because she ran out of money. The dude said he waited. And so then he went to the hotel on the 7th day. And on the 7th day when he went to the hotel, guess what happened? The power at the hotels got cut off. Y'all not telling me that this is intentional. And then guess what also happened? I seen another video yesterday of another girl, and what she said was it's linked to that place that they've been having their backs and fighting people for. And that is I'm gonna just say it's Israel. That's what they said. But them, that apparently that place has links and ties to them. Mike and Papa Daddy, Abby said hi. Majestic Grace said hey. She's over on TikTok. That it has ties to the foreign country, that they're trying to get their people, and they think that they're going to try to move these people to Indiana, but there's business stuff that's also happening from that country. Y'all, it's so much stuff that they're really trying to destiny swap the people out. But they decided that they'd rather, get rid of the citizens here in order to bring in the people from over there. So if y'all not paying attention to this, like, y'all better go look at some stuff, because when people saying, one of the girls said that the people always saying that America needs to mind our own business, checking our own backyard, but meanwhile our backyard then spread to different foreign countries, and the fact that they're over there wanting to come over here and wanting to take over. Y'all, I don't know what these people got on their agenda or what's on their mind, but y'all need to really understand how foreign situations are having a big impact over here. And them people ain't right. Because I don't know who told them or why they think that they are on the top of, God's list. But I'll be glad when God go ahead and deal with them. Because they got their hand in too much stuff and it don't make sense. How did that happen? But mind you, this is for all y'all people that keep talking about voting blue and red. Y'all, blue and red is how them people over there in that place got their feet so heavily planted on our land and everywhere else, and they don't care. So just so y'all know, Mike is not wrong when he said welcome to the Hunger Games. You may be able to buy you some food and this, that, and the third in your city and your state, but sooner or later, like, I believe they're the testing ground. Because why they ain't sent in the military or nobody yet? You want to know why? Because they just waiting for them to do what they need to do to each other first. And then it's going to spread. It's going to act like, I'm saying, oh, well, it is happening all over the place, but it's happening there. So they are the ground zero, the experiment for the BS. Mind you, 7 or 8 days may not be a long time, but it could be a long time, because when water and this, that, and third, it starts to spread disease and things of that nature. Dis-ease. Well, that's what I was getting ready to say, but Mike, I feel like they're gonna wait a little bit. They need to let it, kind of build. He said martial law happening next. And Abby over there, Abby said facts. But I feel like they're gonna let it spread for a minute, because they're gonna see how many people get rid of each other first. Now, if them people start building community and whatnot, and that's what needs to happen, because in certain areas, they already started building, the community started helping each other. They don't want that to happen. Just so y'all know. The intentional part behind this is to create havoc for the people to fight in each other. If y'all start building community, then they gonna send the police in faster, because ain't no damn way. That's not what this is intended for. I watched a whole little scenario, right, where a scientist, and this is the part that I'll be saying, that they be saying, oh, this person is a expert. Mind you, this person is a criminal. The scientists are freaking criminals. So a scientist took some people, put them on a boat. He was trying to prove that humans by nature are evil, right? I hope people are paying attention and are getting prepared. Coming to a city near you, because it's starting over there, but coming to a city near you. So yeah, people best to be getting prepared, because the minute you hear flooding, because that's how they do it, it's either flooding or fire. So they either going to start setting a whole bunch of stuff on fire, or they going to open up the floodgates, and all of a sudden your city and your state starts to flood. And now you ain't got food, now you ain't got water, now you got Indiana. Mind you, let me tell you something about Indiana. While I was trucking, right, we happened to go through Indiana. And Indiana, if I can recollect properly, right, was like a dead zone anyway, like zombie land. So everybody, or was it Ohio? I don't want to get the people the wrong mixed up, so I could be mixing the eyes up, but I think it was Indiana. If it wasn't Indiana, excuse me, but you know, anyway. Yeah, I think it was Gary, Indiana. I'm not sure. Anyway, long story short, the people looked like they was dead. They had a whole nother color. So I don't know what type of drug they was over there on there doing. Mike, do you know anything about this? Is this the right location? Because all the truck drivers know about this area. And so it was like, don't, you know, don't leave nothing unlocked. Don't leave nothing. So to me, if it's starting in one of those areas that's like that already, people be thinking like places like Chicago and, you know, New York and, you know, certain ones like that is like, you know, bad, but it be them places that nobody pays attention to that be horrible. Zombies are those who didn't prepare, Mike. They come for you because you had the brains to prep. Then you joined them to survive. Huh. That's another perspective on it, because it makes sense. Because this is the thing. And for everybody, all intents purposes, is the way you look at something, because you got to remember everybody has a side. You have your side because you prepped and you did what you needed to do, but on their side, they may not have been able to afford the prep. And so now I got to go get what I need to get, because if I got kids, guess what? I got to feed them. They in here crying, this, that, and the third. And you got what I need. So although I wasn't a criminal, or I'm not a criminal, I just want what I need to be able to get, you know, for my kids. Because it's like the people breaking into the stores and this, that, and the third. And the store owners are saying, you know, she said, yeah, that's something to think about 100%. Yeah. And so on my side, I can't share my provisions with you because of the fact that I prepared and I got enough for me. But meanwhile, back at band camp, if I didn't prepare, bitch, I don't care what you're talking about. My kids is hungry. So whereas I wasn't a criminal, now I turn into a criminal based off of, you know, it's like the invaders. We need more land because there's too many of y'all people around here. So now I got to go in and I got to take over Greenland. And I think that I'm just looking for a place for safety. But meanwhile, to the Greenland people, y'all are predators. Y'all are the people that are coming in to steal, kill, and destroy. You are totally the enemy. So that's the thing. Mike said that's what he thought about Papa too. Gary is Chi-Town's little badass brother. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So it was them, right? But mind you, the people around there had this weird color. And so it was throwing me off because we stopped to get something to eat. And I'm like, what is happening around here? Because you don't see places where it's like, y'all, it was weird. And literally, the color of them wasn't normal. And so the truck driver, the people that I was with, said they was heavily on drugs. And because of that stretch of the highway, it's almost like where the police wasn't really trying to care, or they couldn't really control what was happening. But I think that trucking was also leading to the reason why certain areas got bad too, because the truck drivers would be bringing in stuff and doing stuff and weird, like, I don't know. But y'all, trucking is a whole nother animal all on its own. You learn so much stuff trucking, and just be mindful that truck drivers go everywhere. So it's like you get to hear and see and, you know, kind of commingle in a lot of different things. But I don't know why them people all had like a weird, strange color on them. So he said they like Chicago's bad little cousin. So, and who would think that Indiana had anything going on? Nobody. But apparently, you know, that's the thing. So what is being revealed today may not be new information. It may be simply confirmation, just so y'all know. So we done talked about a couple little things. Because on one hand, guess what? The world is changing, you know. It looked like chaos and this, that, and the third. But on another flip side, you know what? It not being so many people around here might not be so bad. You know what I'm saying? But who gets to write the script on who should be here and who shouldn't? Because if the government is manipulating it, then I don't feel like they should be the ones that being able to say, you know, oh, this person shouldn't be here or not. Because guess what they're not doing? Holding people accountable. And right is right. And she said definitely confirmation. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Mike Jackson from Gary. They say he beat up Pop. I am cracking up. I mean, like I said, who would have thought? Because nobody thinks of places like that as being like, oh, it's thugs. You know what I'm saying? You just think of places like that, like, oh, that's like backwoods or somewhere like that. It's like Idaho. Like, who the fuck want to go to Idaho? And what the hell is in Idaho but a potato? It got to be a lot of farmland, this, that, and the third. And then you come to find out that these people out here got big drugs and big, prostitution and big this and that and the third. Like, you wouldn't have never thought. Come on now. When y'all start buying and getting prepared, don't tell nobody what you bought. Listen, I done already told y'all what y'all should be buying. Some of the things. The major thing that everybody should be buying is water. That's the major thing that everybody should be purchasing right now. And even if you can't buy it in bulk, buy a case this week, buy a case next week, buy, whatever. Make sure y'all got some flashlights. And I already told y'all solar. Get some solar lights, but also make sure y'all have some batteries and things of that nature. It's a good time for everybody to be on a diet right now. And I don't mean like a diet. I mean learn to eat less. Go learn to eat the sun. You know what I'm saying? What the heck is this? Because it's also being proven that you can, just be involved in the sun. So Mike's not wrong, because people will start to, But just so y'all know, the time is now. Because it's already happening. So if you haven't looked it up, go look it up. You're seeing it differently because you've changed. What you once overlooked, excused, or rationalized may not be impossible to unsee. So read between the lines. The truth is often hiding or hidden in the pattern, okay? So what is being revealed today may not be new information. It may be simply confirmation. Sometimes life doesn't reveal something you've never seen before. It simply brings you to the point where you can finally see what has already been in front of you. Like, a lot of things we already notice. A lot of things we already see. Sometimes we just, give a person the benefit of the doubt. Like, oh, well, maybe, the person is just this, that, or however you try to rationalize it. Meanwhile, back at band camp, it is exactly what you thought, what you seen, how you seen it. And sometimes we be mad at ourselves for sticking around too long or staying too long when, we already knew what was happening. Might gotta watch the ones who say nah, I ain't preparing. I'm coming to your house. Hello, period. Food, water, non-perishable, batteries, candles, backup generations, and pew pew, and period. And y'all, I already said to y'all before, tallow is the biggest and best thing. So if you can buy tallow, buy you some tallow. Why? Because tallow can be used in so many different ways. It's nothing but all natural beef fat. The fat from an animal. You can use it to make candles. You can use it to make body creams. You can use it to cook your food. Tallow is the way. Mind you, it helps also with y'all men with that tea thing. Tallow. All the old shit, that lard that your parents was back then, same thing. But that type of thing, that was what kept everybody, So if you can buy them buckets of tallow, buy you some buckets of tallow. Let's see. Because you can make everything with that. That vegetable oil ain't no good for you. Anyway, so get you some tallow. Let me see. Alright, we're going to put that. What is revealed today may not be new information. Just confirmation. And if y'all don't know what that is, it's that white stuff. You know what I'm saying? big bucket of white stuff. Get you that. It may cost a little bit, but you know what I'm saying? It's going to be the best thing for you, because It's the best thing for you. Anyway, you noticed the pattern before. You felt the shift before. You questioned the behavior before. You just didn't have enough distance to fully accept what it was telling you. Now the pieces are connecting. So the inconsistency is confirmation. The repeated behavior is confirmation. The change in energy is confirmation. The way you feel around certain situations is confirmation. They said, facts, Papa, I've told all my family, no, unless you start buying products and storing them here. Hello. Period. Because people will try to, come on in and slide in on your shit. But meanwhile, no thank you. The answer has to be no and no and no. So this isn't about looking for reasons to be suspicious. It's about stopping yourself from talking yourself out of what you already recognize. You don't need another sign to validate what the pattern has already shown you. I'm going to repeat it. You don't need another sign to validate what the pattern has already shown you. Sometimes confirmation comes when you stop asking, am I imagining this? You can see clearly now the rain is gone. Seeing things clearly is definitely what's on the table right now. You saw that. And start asking, why have I been ignoring what I am seeing or what I kept seeing? Y'all, stop underestimating yourself. Stop second guessing yourself. Now is not the time to do it, because at this moment it could be to your detriment. Everything is important. Like I told y'all, I had a dream, right? Martin Luther King style. And regardless of whether or not I fully, completely understand what that dream means or understand what that dream means, the fact that I had it is the universe telling me that something's important about it. Okay? So if whatever's happening around you right now, that's the universe trying to explain to you that there's something important happening behind it. Whether or not it's telling you to prepare this, get this. Like when he say non-perishable, mind you, the funny part is this. I noticed that even when I do sales and this, that, and the third, what started to happen was a lot of shelf-stable things started to come to me for free, right? Because again, you got to have money to be able to go out and do this. Like the people who got money already prepared. Everything that they need is already stocked up. Everything that, they make their entertainment and everything else, like they got it to where they're going to be able to lock in for a hot second and it be a good time. For everybody else, it's going to be a tragedy because, mind you, this is the other thing. When Netflix started coming out with The Last House, this, that, and the third, that right there started telling me, oh, y'all trying to play in my face. I ain't watched it yet, but just the title's always right. And so I've heard multiple people say, oh, well, somehow some strange little beast or something, because I ain't seen it, some strange little beast or water something locked everybody in their houses and they couldn't go outside. So I got to go watch it now. So I'm talking to y'all about it. And so the people had to live off what they had. If you got locked in your house right now, would you be able to live off what you had? Because I seen some of the trailers. Some people ain't have nothing in their house. So why are they now putting that out? But this is also the thing. Remember we talked about the Machiavellian principle, or the Machiavellian, whatever the other word was at the end, but Machiavellian principle basically, where they create the problem and then act like they are the savior, they are the hero. And I kept telling y'all, I kept getting signals like downloads, uploads, messages subliminally saying, the man is trying to create a problem for you so they can come in and act like a savior. And I'm thinking it is a man, and it could be a man, but the man, we also call them the man. So the man could be the government. And we do know that they do a lot of weird, things to act like they are the heroes, the saviors of the people. Meanwhile, they did it. Then all of a sudden a declassified document will come out in 2057 that in 2026 the government did da 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 da, And who the fuck, how old will I be then? And then I'll be saying, I knew it. I told y'all that they did that shit. I told y'all that they did it. Y'all know it's them. They're the ones doing all the weird stuff. They're the enemy. Yes, they create the problem and then give you the solution. Hello. Because you want to take this choice, but technically the solution everybody should see is get rid of them. They are the problem. Because how are you not going to tell me that you're not the problem, but you're doing this? The enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. You seem to be the enemy because you're doing the killing, stealing, and destroying. Ain't nobody else out here doing it. You out here helping foreign governments. Like right now, ain't nobody locked up for treason yet. But if you do it, your ass is going to jail for treason. Why is nobody locked up for treason in our government yet? The same thing they did with COVID and the jab. Mind you, do y'all remember that during that time, right, everybody, that the unvaccinated was the problem. They created a narrative and they called the unvaccinated, we were the problem. You know what they was testing out during that time? And I'm going to tell y'all, I'm going to be very honest with y'all, because ain't nobody going to tell me that this ain't the case. Remember I told you education, their system, everything is how long can you be a slave? Right? So what they were really testing is how many people are just going to do what we say. And a lot of y'all did what they said. To the tune of, technically, they should be locked up for war crimes and everything else. You want to know why? Because if you forced me to do something because you said that I would be fired, you threatened my livelihood with this. You said I would be fired, I wouldn't be able to take care of my family, I wouldn't be able to eat if I, in fact, did not do this. So technically, you tried to force me. Everybody that had something to do with that should be locked the fuck up. Yup, and I didn't do it. They got left. We go right. You did fucking right. Yup, demonized us. I'm sorry to hear that, Papa, but you're probably correct. What he say? I swear that jab killed my grandfather. And so many other countless other people. So you're not wrong. Mind you, documents, they said that it did. They've been saying that. So you're not wrong. So the fact of the matter is they demonized the people that had a mindset of not doing it, try to call us everything but, you know, our names. And then only to come out when 2026 and say, well, this is what really happened behind that. Like, they didn't already told the truth on that. Y'all didn't hear them already? They didn't. Majestic Grace said she's sorry, Papa Daddy, that happened. But he's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. But meanwhile, guess what? Also, and I know you might not want to hear this right now, but they probably better off than, you know, we are having to go through this. And that's what I be thinking, for real, for real. When people are not here and they get the glory and the benefit of just being able to pass away and not be, you know, involved in this. Because at this point, I'm going to just say this. Free will, has been tainted and corrupted. And so, if my free will is being tainted and corrupted, yes, grace. That's what you got it. He said grace, thank you. But I was saying grace. Like, you know what I'm saying? She said, oh yeah, I heard them quietly tell the truth. It wasn't as loud as the coercion though. Yeah. So it might have went over a lot of people's heads. So they definitely said it quietly, but they did admit to, you know, oh, my bad, but this is what it was. They talked about people's hearts. They talk about, you know, people's hearts just stopping. They talked about it creating the blood clots and all types of other stuff. They literally was having conversations and just throwing out all types of different, you know, reasons why. But they ain't never say, oh, we should be paying these people for, you know, everybody having, you know, whatever problems that they had in it. Like, they never come up with that issue ever. Right now, it's just a total money grab, and everybody's involved in it. Red is involved, blue is involved. Did y'all notice when people got they got a strange look in their eyes? Y'all know what I've been seeing too lately? And I'm questioning Chris Brown and Usher, right? You know how they having their concerts and whatnot? Why I keep seeing videos of Usher changing? She said strange look in their eyes, and then they crashed out easier. The end period. Yeah. Yeah. He said not being Usher. Yeah. Why I keep seeing, like, one clip, ain't nobody gonna not tell me, like, the people were saying, like, you can't see his pupils. But he did this thing that I notice comes from a certain group of people, right? So I don't know if, those things, when that white girl make you, not have pupils or dilation or something of that nature. But I have noticed that his features don't be ushering. And I know that that's Usher. But then all of a sudden, it's like Usher don't be ushering. And you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it happen in real time, and I'm saying, ain't no way. So it's almost like this. You know how they say, yeah, girl, go just type in his name and go start looking at the clips. Like, I'm sure it's going to come up because we're saying it. And so you be on the same algorithm as I be on. So, like, type his name in. But something is happening. That's not mechanics. That's not what they call it. It's for entertainment purposes only. That's not stage stuff. It was multiple people saying that. Yeah, and I seen it. I seen it when one of the things was happening, and I said, ain't no damn way that just happened. So in real time, something ain't happening right. That's what I want to tell y'all. So, they clone Tyrone is a movie. But then also the biggest distractions that are happening right now, because again, I told y'all, like, it's one thing when I'm talking to y'all about people in relationships, when I'm talking about the celebrity news, this and the third, that's not something that I want to, keep into my algorithm. So I noticed that all of a sudden they started pushing, and a lot of people said the same thing, like, why all of a sudden is these people on my timeline to the point where I'm feeling like I'm interested, but it's a distraction because somebody who was here yesterday and the man said, do you think it's quantum entanglement, or do you think it's insertion of, memories or this and a third? And I said, I think that it's both. Because two things can be true at the same damn time. That's probably another reason that girl backed up. I mean, it was a lot happening. The clip's been coming up, but I need to start looking. Yeah, start looking at them. So it's a couple of things that's happening at the same time. The ties that bind, entanglement, what they call it, the other thing, he said, I will not go to another concert again. Energy harvesting and demonic possession happening right there. Mind you, let me tell y'all, because I was about to spaz the other day, because I'm telling you, the demons is running rampant. And I don't care what nobody say, like, those spirits and them entities is out. You know what I'm saying? For real. And so, I told y'all the other day that I happened to be out. I had to go pick up a document, right? And so I went to go grab me some lunch while I was out. I happened to have on, like, one of these little short sets like this, right? Because I was only going to run there and run back in the house. So I went to go grab my food. He said, yes, thank you, Ty, for saying that. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, this stuff ain't right. Because as soon as I walked out the door, I walked in the door, came back out the door, right? And let me pull my pants down real quick because I'm sitting here, but y'all gonna see my thighs. So I came in, walked out the door, walked in the door, and instantly the man grabbed me. I don't know what him and the lady was talking about in the thing, but he said, I'm gonna pay for her food, right? Now, thank God that when he grabbed me, he touched here, and you know what I'm saying, he touched my shoulders. Because I would have been pissed if this nigga touched my skin. So, and mind you, I'm on the phone with my son, and Justin Gray said, oh, nah, don't touch, period. Because I was confused. And like I said, it happened so fast that, you know, shocked the shit out of me. And I'm holding, you know, my phone, my son on the phone, and I'm trying to figure out, like, what the fuck. So he tells the lady, I'm going to pay for her food. He takes out the credit card, pays for my food, and then he goes on. So I proceed to have, and literally just walked off. So he did everything in like a real swift movement, right? And I told my son, I said, he is so lucky he did not touch my skin. Because I would have spazzed the hell out in this place. Because ain't no way, like, my son said, he just touched you? And I said, yeah, like, what? My son said, no, what type of personal boundaries is he used to? Because people just don't just do that. And just did that and left. Didn't turn around. Didn't nothing. Like, I'm literally walking out the door behind him because now I'm in shock. But like I said, my main thought was, thank God he didn't touch my skin. He didn't make contact with my physical person. Because that right there would have been all I needed for them to have to call Rockdale police. Because, nigga, you're going to jail today, bitch. Because who the hell told you he didn't have to touch you in order to pay for your food? That's weird. Hello. But again, my thought was, thank God that my arms and everything was protected because, and mind you, he kind of like, you know what I mean? Thank God he didn't try to, I don't know. It was just the weirdest shit. But anyway, the point of it is this. The demons and the devils is out. And they looking for, you know, jumping things. Whose system is weak that I can kind of, you know, hop into, and I can go ahead and ride that horsey and buggy on home and be able to do. And y'all are also forgetting that jinn exists in the world. Like, if you don't know nothing about jinn, go look them up. Jinn exists in the world. There's good, bad, ugly, everything. You know, everything has its own energies. But the activity in the spiritual realm is on 1,000 right now. Because you have to remember, if I'm birthing something, and clearly something is being birthed, because with endings comes beginnings. Don't let these people have you out here thinking that, excuse me, all this chaos don't have a good outcome on the other side. Like, whatever is happening here, the water, this, that, and the third, also in the midst of the water being moved around, seeds are being moved around. So when seeds are being moved around and there's moisture and there's water, plants start to grow in places or in other areas that, you know, had no life. So just know that just because it's chaos and corruption happening, it's also, you know, sorting things out and things flourishing and thriving at the same time. Don't focus on, you know, just one side of the coin. You got to focus on everything. Be able to see everything and be able to also have a good energy, you know, even in the midst of it. And that's not to say that something might not trigger you. Check their ass and keep it moving. Acknowledge it. Keep it moving. Handle it. Keep it moving. Don't just be drugged and pulled into, you know, one side to say that, oh, the world is falling apart and, you know, the devils and the demons are over there and they're trying to figure out how to invade this and the third. Because guess what? Them niggas may be trying to figure out how to invade and how to get their foothold in, but God could potentially kill their asses before they even get to where they think they're going to get to. Just because we don't see how it's going to finish or how it's going to pan out, don't mean that it's not a good result happening even in the midst of a bad result happening. So make sure that you know that as above, so below. When one thing exists, so does the other thing. And be mindful. We read Psalms every day for a reason. Not because, we out here wanting to be Bible scholars and things of that nature. The power of life and death is in the tongue. So with the power of life being in the tongue, we have to be mindful that when the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy, the enemy may be working, but God work harder. So let's be mindful. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrows that fly by day, nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. She said you will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. Majestic Grace put it in there too. So you already been given the keys and the cue. The power of life and death is in the tongue. What are you speaking? Doom and disaster? Preparation. Preparing don't mean that you are falling into the, oh, woe is me. It means that you can prepare enough, you can bring, get the things together that is necessary and needed to be able to sustain you and everything through that. So for anybody listening thinking that, oh, if you're preparing this and the third, then that means that, no, it means that I see with my eyes what's happening and God giving me the discernment to be able to prepare certain situations and things that I can utilize. And after, sugar turn to shit, then I have done my portion and God is going to do the rest. If you say the Lord is my refuge and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you. It ain't about a religion. It's about the fact that I trust God. I can use something from here. I feel like preparation is part of obedience, for real, for real. And is. Because if you're able to do it and God allowed, like God giving you the discernment to see that I'm trying to help you, so you need to make sure that you do your part. I can do, my part and my big one. And I can bring the storm, I can bring the flood, I can bring the, heat, I can bring, all the supernatural things. But for certain things, the fact that I gave you the monetary, Noah was prepared in facts. So, like I said, not a religious thing, not a biblical thing, it's a discernment thing. Because last night somebody tried to use religion. I don't know where this bitch came from out of nowhere. I'm talking about the same thing I was talking about the kids, bringing things forth. And she starts with, your religion and you're Muslim and this and the third. One thing ain't got nothing to do with the other. And you're assuming that you think, like, I can learn a million different religions. What my religion is or whether or not is not your business. So you assuming that I'm something, you don't know what I am unless I tell you. And just because I was something one day, I could be another thing the next day. I'm a student of life. I live in, at Earth School. So just because I take something from here, there, or wherever, I'm going to take whatever I feel like is necessary. God gives me this discernment. And quite frankly, just so y'all know, I think everybody's right. And I also think everybody's wrong. Everybody that's in this religion, they right on some points and then they wrong on some other points. I feel like my awareness allows me to be able to mix them together and say that I'm going to use this from this, this from this, this from this. And whether or not you like it or not is not my problem. You go talk to God about it. But I'm going to do what I need to do and what's necessary and use my discernment that God has given me to be able to utilize and be smart enough to know that everybody has a key. And I'm going to collect it and go on and get. But, y'all can have your religion because y'all can have your religion. Either way, I was talking about kids. Let's stay focused. And why people think that they can condone BS, because I was talking about kids, they bring up something else, but it's almost like they want to be able to distract and condone the BS, so they'll use something else to deflect. But, bitch, I said this. Like, don't come over here trying to put words in my mouth, because I know what I said, and the key point here was protect the kids at all costs. But everybody want to talk about a whole lot of different, like, I'm not condoning nobody's behavior. That was the first thing that I said. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm on the kid's side. I'm not on none of the adult side. All the adults are wrong. All the adults are wrong. All the adults are right. Either way, the kids is what's innocent in here. And the kids are the only ones that basically I'm talking about. Stop putting kids in adult things. Keep your big grown behavior to your big grown behavior and stop putting children in grown people's situations. So this isn't about looking for reasons to be suspicious. What's wrong with my big words today? It's about stopping yourself from talking yourself out of what you already recognize. You don't need another sign to validate what the pattern has already shown. Sometimes confirmation comes when you stop asking, am I imagining this, and start asking, why have I been ignoring what I keep seeing? So back to demons and devils and spirits and things of that nature, right? I don't know what you believe, but if you listen to any type of religion or CERN, the government, everybody's talking about demons and devils and entities and different, this 3D, 2D, 5D spirits and entities and this, that, and the third. Whether you believe it or not, something's happening. That's all I'm gonna say, because I ain't trying to change nobody's mind on whether or not they believe in spirits, entities, demons, devils. I ain't trying to introduce nobody to nothing. All I'm saying is something otherworldly is happening right here, right now in 2026. More so than, I want to say, more prevalent and being put into the mainstream society. And whether or not that has something to do with social media or the internet or just how fast information comes, jinn are real, spirits are real, and God is real, okay? Today, trust what is being confirmed. Not because you want it to be true, but because the pattern has become impossible to overlook. The revelation isn't always the information. Sometimes the revelation is finally accepting the information you already had. So I'm going to do this because I got something else that's already put in here. It says you don't need another sign to validate what the pattern has already shown you. But I want to ask the question because I want to tell y'all something about something that CERN said, but I want to make sure I word it properly because what does CERN say about the entities? Because this is the other thing. Whether or not we know it or not, whether or not this is a repercussion of what they have done, or if it's already been there and they're just bringing it to light, I just want to tell you what they said. Okay, so I'm going to just read what they say because there's a couple different things that is happening. But read between the lines, okay? Because that's what the message says. So y'all read between the lines. So in 2009, former CERN research director Sergio Bertolucci discussed the possibility that experiments with the Large Hadron Collider could reveal something unexpected and referred to the possibility of an extra dimension. That statement was later reinterpreted online as CERN opening a portal or communicating with supernatural entities. Bertolucci did not say entities, and CERN later clarified that imaginative interpretations inspired by its research should not be confused with the actual scientific research. CERN does scientifically investigate theories involving extra dimensions. Its own material explains that additional dimensions are theoretically possible, or no, are a theoretical possibility that could potentially help explain things such as weakness of gravity. But there is currently no evidence establishing that these dimensions contain spiritual beings or entities. There is also a legitimate CERN discussion where scientists use the word entity in a completely different context. For example, discussing an intelligent AI system as an entity with knowledge and goals. That is not a statement about supernatural beings. So the important distinction is, CERN, could extra dimensions exist? Yes, that's a legitimate area of theoretical physics. It says viral claim CERN admitted it communicates with entities from other dimensions. It says they have no evidence of that. If you're asking because you saw a specific CERN quote about a door and something potentially coming through it, I can break down exactly what Bertulli said and what he meant scientifically, how the entity story developed. But mind you, read between the lines because y'all heard what I just said. If you're asking because you saw the specific CERN quote about a door and something potentially coming through it, because y'all all heard that before, I can break down exactly where Bertolucci said what he meant scientifically and how the entity story developed afterwards. All right, so this is the expert supposedly. He used the word and then they backtracked it. But mind you, listen to this. What did China tell their citizens communicating all right, so it says now there's something going around the internet, and it says that China released a statement to their people, and it told them to I'm going to tell you what I asked the question. The question is, I said, what did China tell their citizens about communicating with aliens? All right. So it says, yes, I think you're referring to a recent July 2026 claim circulating online that Chinese authorities media told citizens not to communicate or respond with extraterrestrials without authorization and to report any contact. I found the viral discussion, but I have not found a reliable Chinese government source confirming that this was an official nationwide directive. The claim is circulating on social media, including a July 2026 Reddit post describing an alleged Chinese announcement that says, essentially, you do not respond to aliens without permission and report contact to the authorities at the UN. What is documented is that China takes extraterrestrial intelligence seriously as a scientific subject. The China National Space Administration has published materials discussing SETI, unexplained signals, and the possibility of eventually detecting extraterrestrial life. It also discusses the questions of whether humans should communicate with extraterrestrial civilizations. There has also been an official Chinese anti-cult warning concerning groups claiming contact with aliens or extraterrestrials. Enlightenment, the 2018 Chinese anti-cult office warned about the Milky Way Federation, which promoted doomsday beliefs and extraterrestrial themes. So There are two different things for extraterrestrials mixing together. Chinese study searches for extraterrestrial life. True, China has major radio astronomy study compatibility and publicly discusses the possibility of extraterrestrial intelligence. China officially told its citizens in 2026 not to communicate with aliens and to report contacts is unverified. I can find the claim circulating, but I can't currently verify the Chinese government actually issued the directive. It says, if you saw the actual Chinese notice video image, send it to me. I can translate the Chinese line by line and tell you exactly who issued it, what it says, and whether it appears to be an actual government announcement or something being misinterpreted online. Now, I'm asking it, what about talking to entities? This is the point. The story says read between the lines. The title says read between the lines, right? The fact of the matter is regardless of what it's talking about on any of these things, right? The governments are talking about it. She says, see, it has a name. Majestic Grace, you read between the lines, didn't you? You see what I'm saying? Mind you, you saying it while I'm saying it. So, if by talking to entities you mean beings that people describe as extraterrestrial, interdimensional, or non-human intelligence, there is a separate story from China told citizens not to talk to aliens claim. She said sure did, period. See what I'm saying? The July 2026 viral post specifically claimed that the people should not respond to extraterrestrial contact without authorization. And that potential contact should be reported, but it still cannot verify that this was an official Chinese government order. The claim is circulating online, but originally official Chinese documents have been established by the sources found. There is, however, a fascinating historical connection between Chinese UFO researchers have previously discussed attempting to communicate with extraterrestrial beings, including claims involving non-technological or purported mental Gingon communication. A 1992 report described Chinese UFO researchers studying claims that people could communicate with extraterrestrials through Gingon. It's Qigong. And China has also been involved in legitimate scientific questions of how humanity should communicate with extraterrestrial intelligence. Mind you, this is the same source. Like, I didn't change from this platform to this platform. This platform, same platform that I'm on, just told me that there was nothing. But meanwhile, now it's telling me something else because I asked it in a different way. So, and China has also been involved in a legitimate scientific question of how humanity should communicate with extraterrestrial intelligence. Researchers have specifically debated whether humans should be sending messages to ET and how such communication should be handled. So if you're asking, has China ever talked to human excuse me. I don't know if I got burp. That was a burp, but I don't know if I think I might be getting hiccups. Has China ever talked about humans communicating with entities, not just detecting aliens? Yes, that subject has absolutely been discussed. But that is different from having proof that the Chinese government knows people are currently communicating with non-human entities. I never once said that. I said, did China tell their people not to talk to them? It says, but that is different from having proof that the Chinese government knows people are currently communicating with non-human entities. Why would you tell them that if... But I never said that. But the answer is yes. But, just so y'all know, this is the computer lying, or I don't know, making up whatever it wants to. Like, I never change platforms. I'm on the same platform. All I did was ask the question a different way. And then I'm going to repeat this. You have not because you ask not. So sometimes if you ask God one way and it don't, manifest itself, Ask another way. You might be on, Shishawan time or something. I don't know. Either way, let me go back to where I was, because I just felt like that was important to whatever was happening. Okay? So, just because you may not think something, two things can be true at the same time. And there's classified documents that have been declassified stating about entities and dimensions. So whether or not we like it or not, somebody in our system, in this simulation, is playing with the other side. You don't need another sign to validate what the pattern has already shown you. Stop waiting for more conversation. Stop waiting for one more incident. Stop waiting for one more sign to give you permission to believe what you've been constantly seeing. A pattern is a message. So at Earth School, you get patterns. So sometimes it may not be, the Lord's voice saying, "Majestic Grace, this is the Lord. Please listen to da 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 da." You start to see signs all over the place. This sign, this sign, this sign. The universe starts to do this, 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 and this. Same pattern, same signal, same sign. That's God talking. It's somebody talking. Take it how it resonates and read between the lines. Either way, when something keeps repeating, it's no longer something you should dismiss as a coincidence. Because if the world keeps being reset through fire, through water, and the same minions kill, steal, and destroy, it's no longer something you should dismiss as a coincidence. The behavior, the inconsistency, the silence, the broken promises, the sudden changes, it all tells the story. Earth School tells the story. Your surroundings tell the story. Behaviors tell the story. Pay attention to repetition. That's a pattern. Pay attention to what keeps happening after the apologies. That's a pattern. Pay attention to what changes temporarily when and then returns to the same behavior. That's a pattern. Pay attention to what your intuition keeps bringing back to your awareness. It's trying to show you a pattern. Read between the lines. You don't need to keep collecting evidence just to justify what you already know. What is Earth School showing you? What is the pattern that you're recognizing? Why are we being distracted by Blueface, Krishan, and Nevaeh? Why is people having no water for 7 days, no electricity, no food? Why is all of a sudden the world burning down and fire being, a thing? This place on fire this week, this place on fire this week. Same places, different locations. Why they all on fire? Why are all the dams breaking? Why are all the lakes draining? Why is so many earthquakes happening? Why are all the earthquakes happening on this side of the map? And then a sprinkle here, there, and the third. But why does this whole area look like it's collapsing? Why are the land masses decreasing? Why is so damn hot? Because I keep asking the same thing. Because hell is hot. Why is so damn hot around here? Why is there so much moisture in the air? Where is all the water going? Where is all the water coming from? Where are all the people going? Y'all do know people are missing and disappearing. Why are all the people losing their damn mind? Why is there so many demons and devils loose? Why are so many people dealing with mental health at the same damn time? Why did the word toxic become a thing? Why did all of a sudden mental health, start to be a thing? Why is nobody, focusing on the fact that everything is spiritual? And some things could also just be contributed to demons and devils and spirits and entities. And bad energy and karma. Endings, beginnings, alignment. All patterns, all things that are happening, all being overlooked. Why so many people just losing their damn mind? Maybe it's just the sign of the times. Maybe it's a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence, people. You don't need to keep collecting evidence just to justify what you already know. Sometimes you're not waiting for a sign because you need clarity. You're waiting because you're hoping the answer will change. And of course, we don't want to be, all upside down and discombobulated and the world just be in havoc and chaos and all of this other stuff. And who wants to have to go lay down their life on the line because, we're going to have to get active around this mother sucker. She said nothing is a coincidence, and it ain't. God, please get them. Don't nobody ever want to do the dirty work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because what if I overreact? What if I get the popping around this bitch and it wasn't popping time? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Anyway, but clarity comes when you stop negotiating with the pattern. Let's stop negotiating with the pattern. Why they trying to say history will repeat itself and, y'all back here hanging and hunting, but what happens when y'all get hanging and hunting? What happens when history repeats itself and, it ain't the melanated slaves anymore? It's history got repeated all the way back to the beginning of time. Read back to, Why nobody know that everybody used to be a slave, all colors? Why they always just trying to pinpoint that, it was only the melanated people that was slaves? Why you don't think that the same thing that you wishing for me can happen to you? Why you don't know that in the midst of you trying to, attack and destroy, you could be attacked and destroyed? If it keeps showing you the same thing, believe what it is showing you. The sign you've been waiting for may be the pattern itself. Take it how it resonates. Anyway, I ain't said nothing. For entertainment purposes only. Read between the lines. Go with God. Have the day you deserve. And so will I. If you wish to donate towards my channel, like, comment, share, subscribe. The link to my GoFundMe is in the description box inside of the link tree. My Cash App. If you want me to have a drink today. Because I am kind of thirsty. Anyway. Read between the lines. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Always go with God. Always. Alright? Thank y'all for being here. And if you are not on all my channels, please go on all my channels. It helps support me. Helps me come and bring y'all my lovely commentary into the world and my perspective, And thank y'all. I had a good day today with y'all. Just so y'all know. Why people don't know that slavery still exists and everyone is in it. Period. Period. Say it again. Anyway, I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And talk to y'all later. Snotty ass nose. Y'all, if y'all not on my Kick or my Twitch, please make sure y'all find me.